The underlying energy for the month is this 9 of Wands in reverse. This is exhaustion, maybe unsure motives, fatigue, maybe you feel defensive, paranoia. It can also point to not being a risk taker, maybe mistrustful or unsure about things. Could be putting walls up, you know, cutting yourself off from something, and it's saying to you, you need to be brave. Next, we have the Emperor card. And the Emperor card is about structure, ambition, authority, rationality, grit, discipline. This could be a father figure of some sort or a parental figure. It could also be a boss. And this is fire energy, but it also basically is Aries. So this is the card for Aries, but it could also just point to fire energy, which would be Aries, Leo, or Sag. But I don't get the feeling that it's person in this instance, but this card talks about a successful future as long as you're methodical and strategic. You could be put in charge, but it's like keep calm, you know. And this is all about power, you know. Power of self, power of I am. Next, we have the 8 of Cups in reverse, and this is a fear of change, a fear of loss, confused about what path to take. Perhaps you're stuck in limbo until you decide whether to stay or to go. Should I give something another chance, or should I move on? Should I stay where I'm at, or should I try something new? Next, we have the Death card in reverse, and this is resisting change. You're stuck in limbo, holding on, stagnation. Time to assess the ways you approach change. Perhaps you're halting or stalling because of fear of the unknown. And it will leave you with regret. You need to embrace it. Here we have the 8 of Wands, and with the 8 of Wands is a swift movement, speed, possible news coming in, usually work-related or career-related. This can also point to traveling, and it could be by plane. This is being laser-focused on your intentions, you know, striking while the iron's hot. You know, get those balls rolling type of thing, you know. You can't just sit around and wait for it to come. Or wait for something to happen for you. You got to get moving. You got to take that chance. You got to go. Here we have this 8 of Swords in reverse. And with the 8 of Swords in reverse, this is freedom, new perspective, self-acceptance, recognition of one's own power, reaching out and letting these opinions or self-doubts or aspects that hold you down on an internal and mental level. It's letting those things go, regaining, grabbing a hold of the wheel of your life and grasping on and saying, I take control now. I am. It's falling right under that. It's like, I am. I can do this. I am. That's all about Aries. I am. You know, standing tall, standing strong. Here we have the 5 of Swords, which is a win at all costs. This is sneakiness or unbridled ambition. This could also be hidden agendas or unfair dealings. It could also say, like, watch your back. Maybe you think you've won, and it's like, no, you haven't, not for sure. Just, you know, keep a close eye. This can also talk about conflict, and it says to you to pick your battles wisely. You know, the more you fight and the more you brood over something, the more challenging it becomes. Let it go and move on. And since it's fell under that 8 of Cups, it could be deciding whether to stay or go. Okay. Here we have the Son of Cups. And with the Son of Cups, this can be water energy. So this could possibly be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. If it is, this is someone who's a fantasy person. They're a dreamer. They're a romantic. They're an emotional person. They're a dreamer. But if this is not a person, this is pointing to the fact of following your heart. You know, this could be offers being brought to you, proposals, turning dream into a reality. imagination, creativity. You've dreamed about wanting to create something. Now moving forward on it. You know, you're using your feeling and your intuition to guide you. This card, like all suns or what I consider knights, are on a mission to accomplish something. They're on a mission. You know, you got to take action, because sometimes you can get stuck in a dream state and it doesn't really become reality. This is where you turn it into reality. And here we have this Two of Wands, which is initial stages. You know, making those decisions, getting that vision, doing the planning, researching, seeing that the world has more to offer, what all is out there. You can either stick to what you know or go over to the unknown. You know, try something different, try something new, take that risk. But do plan. Here we have the Temperance card. And with the Temperance card, this is patience, finding meaning in moderation. This is a balance. This could be compromise or a middle path. It could be a testing, like saying to you, test waters before jumping in. This is also about mastering or being the master of not letting things get to you, like worrying and, you know, because that can cause an imbalance. And this is saying to avoid extremes, like one way too happy, one way too mad, one way jumping to conclusions. And it's like you're never on that even keel. You're either here or you're there. You're hot or you're cold. Stay away from that. And this is also talking about higher learning and harmony within the workplace, or harmony within yourself and within your life, your environment that surrounds you. Here we have the Judgment card. This is reflection, awakening, renewal, reckoning. This is the karma. This is purging yourself. You found your absolution. You're letting go of the guilt, letting go of the things that hold you back. You're purging yourself for those things. You're giving yourself forgiveness and others forgiveness and moving on. Rising up. This is the card that says rise up to the higher level of conscious, that cosmic level. Rising up to the heavens. You know, it's a beautiful card. I love it. Here we have the Two of Pentacles, balancing decisions, priorities, adapting to change. Cutting down on tasks. You know, you need to evaluate what things need to stay, what things need to go, what's truly important to you and what you want and what's not. And figure out where you need to get that balance back. All right? Keeping that harmony and that flow. And you could ask for help, you know, reach out, ask for help sometimes. It doesn't always have to fall on your back, you know. Then here with this Mother of Pentacles, with the Mother of Pentacles, this can be, well, this is Earth energy, so this could possibly be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So this could be you here, or it could be someone else. But with this is someone who's practical, someone who is dependable, reliable, successful. They have those creature comforts, you know, that security in life. They're an independent person. But if this is not a person, I think it's pointing to you. And it could be for the fact about you want financial security or getting that financial security and those comforts in life. Being practical about things, living independent and remaining compassionate and down to earth when dealing with others and dealing with situations. This is also pointing to creating a balance in your life. Getting that, I mean, look at that. That's very serene. Where they're in comfort. You know, they're at peace. Everything's good in the world when I look at that card. So yeah, the feeling I get here. With this Nine of Wands in reverse, you're exhausted, you're tired. You can even be a little snippy during the month because you're going to go through some changes. It's here. And this is all about how do you approach change in your life? Do you stand up for what you truly want? Do you put walls up? You know, you have to be brave. You know, don't wall up and cut things off from you and from your ability to reach certain things. And it could just be, you know, unsure motives, maybe unsure motives of what you want to do, like a path. And it could be unsure of the motive of unsure of the motives of other people. I'm getting tongue-tied here. This could be fatigue, you know, that paranoia. And it's also like not taking the risk. And you put the walls up and cut yourself off. You put the wall up, cut yourself off. And it's saying, be brave, be brave. Because with this Emperor card is I am. All right. Is that Aries energy, that fire energy. I am here. I am one. I am myself. I know me. I am full within me, that energy of independence, of standing firm. And this is security. This is discipline. Okay. This is structure. And if you want a successful outcome, you're going to have to be methodical and strategic about it. And it could be taking charge, because this is saying like being put in charge at work. But I also see it as taking charge. And it could be charge of your life, or charge of a situation, or charge of what you want, or the outcome that you want. I want this stability. I want this sense of success and abundance. And this is also having authority, but also being rational about things. And maybe you ask a father figure or a parental figure for advice. This can also be a mentor that you're asking about, what should I do? Somebody that you look up to. But it's like, keep calm, and get that power. This is all about the power card. Like I said, getting that power within self. And with this 8 of Cups here, which I'm going to say with this 8 of Cups here, you're unsure about where to go. You don't know whether you should stay or whether you should go. You don't know if I should be like, should I do this? Will there be a possibility that this is going to lead anywhere, or should I stay here? This is safe. This is comfortable. Stay or go, stay or go. But until you decide what you're truly going to be, you're going to be stuck in a sense of limbo, and you're going to be stuck in a sense of stagnation. And you're stalling because you fear the unknown. You fear where it could go. You know that things can be unstable because you want security. But when you go through a change, or change needs to come about to get what you want, that can be threatening to security. But it's saying you need to look at how you approach change in your life. Do you all take the risk, or do you always pull away? Put those walls up. And with this Emperor card right over this is I am me. I'm going to take control. I'm not going to let these negative thoughts, these negative habits, these negative opinions, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, what if I fail? All those things are something that you enslave yourself with, and it walls you off from opportunity, from that sense of balance and harmony that you seek. All right. So that lines up good. So with this, you having to decide about what you want. And I think you're trying to win at all costs, to either figure out how I'm going to get it, and you're trying to be sneaky. Maybe there's a way I can get around it and do it this way, and it's not really affecting, like say, for instance, you really have a dream, or you really have something you want to do, but it's like, I'm not going to take that risk until I have, know that I have all these extra backups and all this extra thing. It's like, or, you really need something, but you don't give it to yourself because you're thinking, well, if I spend the money here, then I have to take away from somewhere else. And it's like, trying to work your way around it, trying to figure out whether you can do something or not. And it's like you're struggling with that 5 of swords here. It's like picking your battles wisely. It's like if you keep fighting it and you keep brooding, and you're going to keep hitting a wall, it's going to become more challenging each time. It's like, let go and move on. Purge yourself from what's holding you back. Okay? So with this change that needs to come, that you keep stalling about, it will leave you with regret if you don't embrace it. Okay? And you keep fighting it, and you're scared of it, and you need to know that you have these dreams. You need to turn them into reality. Stop fighting it. All right? Let go of the things that hold you back. Let go of the things you don't need to be able to move forward, okay? So here with this 8 of Wands coming in, this is saying you need to move on it. Strike while the iron's hot. This news is coming into you, and it's coming into you for a purpose. It could be you're traveling somewhere. It could be someone from a distance away. It could be any type of information that could be coming into you. And it's usually career or work-wise that it comes in. It's usually good news, and it's something that gets you moving. And it's going to be quick move. It's going to require fast action, Like I said, that lightning bolt comes down and poof, you got to strike now. All right? You can't just sit here and like wait for things to like pan out or see everything, or you know what I'm saying? You do need to make plans, but you need to act on it. You know, don't just leave it in a dream state because you fear and you're stalling and you're trying to find ways around it to cut corners. And when you do that sort of thing, it causes that stagnation. You can't move because you keep hanging on, hanging on, hanging on. I'm trying to get my cake and eat it too type of thing. You know, I'm trying to figure a way to sneak. So yeah, this is getting that sense of, I want control of my life. I want it. And that's standing up and letting go of the things that hold you back. Okay. And this could be with this 5 of Swords here, that you are tricking yourself. You know, like saying, oh, I'll be fine. Or, you know, I'll figure, you know what I'm saying? It's like deception of the issue. But it's like I said, trying to win at all costs. But you have a dream here. And with this dream, you have the chance to make it into reality. But you're going to have to take action. Follow your heart on something. You don't need to keep pulling back to the mind, because the mind's going to pull you down. Follow that intuition. Follow that gut. If things align and it says to you, this is now, this is the time, we need to do it. Follow those dreams. Make it happen. Okay? Figure out what you want to do. Get that balance. And it's saying to you both here, not only is it next to it, it's also below it, saying to you, make those plans. Figure out what you want. Look and see what the world has to offer. Research. Find out what, if you want to have a dream, or if you have a new venture in life, or whatever it may be, if it's a new relationship for all I know, or if it's just something within yourself, figure out, make discoveries, find out what is all out there. What are the possibilities there are? Figure out which ones you want. Make well-researched decisions. And then set those initial stages into place. You got the news, set them into place so you can reach that sense of stability within self and within life. That sense of success and security. And with this, you're going to go from that, you know, I have the power. I'm going to let go of the things that hold me back. And I'm going to seek out harmony. Harmony within self. Finding that meaning in moderation. Not letting my negative thoughts or the thoughts of others or what people think is right for me, or what, you know, limitations there may be. It's like, learn that moderation. Find that middle ground so that you can have that flow. Staying in the flow. This is also about flow of the energy. And then this is too. Purge yourself of this having to win at all costs. Purge yourself of this, I don't know whether I should stay or go. Purge yourself of the things that hold you down, whether it's mentally, physically, other people's outside opinions, habits, whatever it may be. Let those things go. Purge yourself of those things, of that fear. Go for those dreams. This is the time for you to level up. Look at that. That bird is flying out from the depths of the darkness, flying up and being seen in the light. This is beautiful. That cosmic level up, that higher level of conscious, that true calling. And removing the stuff that no longer serves me. Forgiving myself of the things I've done to myself about, you know, holding myself back. Forgive others of their opinions. Whatever it may be, I'm ready to move on from that. I'm ready to rise above and grasp onto the higher levels and the higher vibrations. And you're going to have to, like what I said, this is creating balance with this 2 of Pentacles. You know, certain things have to be let go. You have to decide, what do I truly want? What's important to me? What things are aspects that are causing imbalance in my life? What do I not need? What do I need? What is important? Let certain things go. And if you need to, ask for help. Maybe you need an assistant. Maybe, you know, like you can't do everything by yourself in that way too. And sometimes you need to ask for help. And it's about managing, laying out a plan, figuring what you want. Okay? With these 2 cards. And then here with this Mother of Pentacles, I think this is your energy here, saying that sense of compassion, that sense of serenity, that sense of success. I mean, look at that. They're so comfortable. They're so happy, and they're at peace in this picture. But they're protected. They are safe. They are secure. They have the comforts that they seek.